Now, as a grown man, in a grown man perspective of having a Switch 2, if you never had a Switch at all, I believe that this product is perfect for people that are on the go or people that only have time to maybe game for about 20 to 30 minutes out of the day or every so often in their day. Now, I'm still a big supporter of the dock mode. I love it. But my experience with the Switch ecosystem in general, for Nintendo, when they made this product, I was all in. I didn't get the product until the back end of the first physical year. But when I got one, I was amazed. I was happy. I was all of these things wrapped in one. Now, at the time, I was rolling with an Xbox One. And I had got out of gaming for a little bit. And the Xbox One was cheaper, I believe, at the time, or at least when I got it, it was cheaper than the PS4. And as time went, I started to notice that certain games wasn't coming out on the Xbox One, and I started to crave one in a PS4 and also a Nintendo product. And when I seen that trailer of Zelda and the guy playing in his home and then taking the dog out to go walk and he was playing on the go, even though this wasn't as realistic as the video seemed, I knew this was a product for me. Now I'm not going to go into the history of the original Switch, but we're going to talk about the Switch 2. Yes, game key cards suck, but I've bought a few game key cards. Now, to me is what's the big deal of a game key card when I own some of these titles on other systems? Now I get it. Everybody don't have money to spend on the same game two or three times. Heck, not I don't even have the money to do that. But I catch sales during the year. So I've had Final Fantasy remake. I've had that already, but I wanted to experience on the go with the Switch. So I rebought it. And I believe it was only $40. And Requiem just came out, Resident Evil 9. And I also purchased that actually for my girl because she's a big RE fan. And she has the PS5 version and I have the Switch version. But ultimately, we stay in the same home, so I can always switch back over to the PS5. No problem. But the Switch 2 just felt like something that I need in my life because I'm on the go and not everywhere I pull out the Switch and play it. But if I go to a family member's home and we have a lot of downtime or go on a mini trip or I'm not driving and I'm playing the Switch 2, this thing is incredible. Now you can say, oh, get a Steam Deck and all. I'm not in all of that right now. Maybe one day, yeah. But for right now, the Switch 2 has did everything I needed to do. I know what it can do, so I'm not expecting anything less or anything more. But with the Switch 2, it brought back memories of when I first got the original Switch. My son was still an infant, and I had to always get up, go get bottles, change them, make sure that he was okay, in his crib. Make sure that, I had him at all times when my ex-wife, when she didn't have him, I took care of him. When she was taking a nap from having him, I would have him. And if I wanted to undock the Switch and go into the room with him, it was all good. As a grown man, people want to make fun of grown men for having Nintendo products. And that's fine, I get it. But Nintendo is not the only brand that I have. I'm just talking about from a perspective of when I do pick up a Nintendo Switch 2, that this is my experience. When I pick my son up from school, because he's a kid now, he's no longer an infant. When I pick him up from school, sometimes I sit in line and I might pull out the Switch and play some Mario Kart. These are things that as a gamer that you embrace. You know, being a gamer is not always about having the best graphics. Being a gamer is a way of life. And I do consider myself a gamer. Sometimes I go days without even picking up a controller because life has its moments. Life has its responsibilities. But the Switch 2 is an awesome product, and thus far, I'm loving it. Thus far, I can tell what it's going to do in the future, and we're not even done with the first year of the Switch yet. We're still in the first physical year. We have a few months as of this video before the Switch even turns 1 year old. So the things that we've gotten so far, we haven't got many games, but I'm seeing the stat games that third party is releasing or trying to release this year alone. I'm seeing the RE9 literally sell out of the game key cards, which is crazy to me. I think I got the, what's it called? The generation pack. I should have bought two, but that one sold out. And I think we only have until the end of this month, as of this video, to, buy it, or that's it. Because right now, even on eBay, it's skyrocketed up. And it hasn't even been out 2 weeks yet. So the Switch 2 is very convenient. And of course, people, what if the servers go out? What if you can't play it anymore? Yeah, you can't play it on the Nintendo Switch 2 if servers went out. We still have the PS5. You still have the Xbox. You still have the PC. It's not going anywhere. All I wanted to say is, as an adult male, as a man, as someone that's a provider of his family, I think the Switch 2 is a great product. And I don't know how long we have until they shoot up in price because of the tariffs as of this video. But one thing I really can say is that if you can get your hands on the Switch 2, it's going to be jumping this year. Requiem have really solidified the Switch 2 and put it into a whole nother bracket in the gaming industry. I hope y'all take care. Leave comments if you feel. And I'll see y'all on the next one.